taking the first bit of time to arrange your body so that you are comfortable. We might come into this position without a lot of mindfulness. So once you get there, just say, hey, is this really comfortable? Have I folded my legs in a way that is positive for my body for a few moments? Try to make it the most relaxed version to begin with. And as I mentioned in my email about the grounding and settling, it's really important to transition. So let's transition now from news of the world, natural and otherwise, to our own inner space and breath. And just meet your body where it is. If it's got a lot of energy or if it's feeling tired or sore, just hello body. Let your hands rest on your legs and your weight fall towards the earth. So don't make any efforts with the bandhas or anything yet, just relax. So inviting peace into the body. And let's invite that idea of peace into our breathing. Try to check in with your nose. Use your nose for your breathing if it's possible to, or include the mouth a little bit, but it's more calming to breathe through the nose. And let a breath finish, and the next one that comes in, be a little bit stretched out. Fill up with the inhale, and let the exhale come. Remembering not to overdo anything in our practice, including the breath. And now let's engage the low belly towards the spine. And that engages our core, so we can sit nice and upright. Bring your spine tall, your shoulders relaxed, an easy length in your neck, so your head is lengthening. And then let's return to taming the fire element from summer practice of holding the forehead with your hand and the back of your skull with the other. So a little bit of core challenge, but mostly just remember that with frustration or anxiety or heat, like summer, this is one of the things that can calm that element, those kinds of feelings. Just feel the effect on your brain. Gently sitting tall. Try to relax your shoulders down and take one more breath. And as you exhale, release your hands down again. Take a breath. Feel free to make a little adjustment in your legs if you need to. And one more thing here, warming up our bodies, float your arms up to your shoulder level. Inhale. And then exhale, twist around to the right side. So it won't be your biggest twist. It will engage your core strength. Just looking comfortably back. Feel the rib cage and the arms, how they're connected. The next time you breathe out, center and out, down with the hands. Low belly to the spine, inhale, float arms. Exhale, twist towards the left, not too much. And let the arms float with the breathing. So the inhales expand the rib cage and lungs, and the arms float up. And the exhale releases that down a bit. Turn your head comfortably back. One more breath. Exhale, center, release your arms. Make space between your hands as you gather them up to your heart. And gently bow forward with your head. Let's fill that space with intention, self-compassion. compassion beyond yourself. Whatever resonates. And then the act of sealing it up into the hands and bringing that into the heart, intending to bring that through your practice. Breathe in. And release. Lean back and cross your ankles, squeeze in your feet, lengthen your spine, start a steady rhythm of breath through your nose. And in my own practice yesterday, I was noticing how I try to stay calm in boat pose. So stretch yourself out to a boat that works for you so you can support, work with yourself. We'll do 2 times, so 5 breaths, work with your own body. Try to infuse the effort with calmness. Use your breathing. Know it's impermanent. 1 more breath. And then relax your feet down to the floor, cross your ankles the other way. Lean back, balance on your sacrum, squeeze in your feet. So this teaches us getting small, jumping our legs through, trying to train that squeeze in shape. And link to your spine and then boat pose, 5 breaths, your own way. 3rd breath. 4, inhale. And 5, try to bring peace to it, almost done. Exhale, feet down. And let's come up to standing. So you could do that crossing ankles to jump your legs back or draw them through. Come to your feet and bend your knees, place your hands on the floor. Release your spine long. Grounding hands and feet, let them spread. Feel their touch. Press your feet and come on up to standing, learning to use your legs. Roll back your shoulders a few times. And a couple of mindful steps to top of your mat. Feet hip distance apart or together. Take a moment to find pressing the earth with the feet, lightly firming the body. So close your eyes, concentrate on your body. Relax a little bit as well. Another observation from my own practice was how dynamic my sun salutations are. And I invite you to bring that kind of dynamic energy. We'll just do 2 basic ones. So same. So get ready to reach up, get ready to breathe in. And then inhale, reach for the sky, give it as much energy as you like. Exhale into forward fold. Carefully, at your own pace, find the shape. Halfway lift, 3rd position, belly strong. 4th position, back to plank pose. So that's 1 exhale to establish plank. Knees down, inhale slowly, upward dog, shoulders back, belly forward. All the way in, establish a nice positive version. Exhale energy, flip your feet, downward dog. And take a moment to make sure everything feels aligned and open, and then just relax and hold the shape. It is helpful to look at your hands to help them be even with each other, and then to let your head release. Big dynamic waves of breath. 1 more time. Exhale, weight back to the legs. Let your knees bend. Inhale, step 1 foot forward as far as you can, and let the other one follow. Breathe out when you're ready to fold forward. And inhale up to standing. Use your legs. Unfurl yourself towards the sun. Exhale, heart center. Release. Again, inhaling, arms up. Arms down, forward fold. With your own body, work with it. Halfway lift, inhalation. Weight slightly forward here in anticipation of the going back exhale. So set your hands, other leg back first maybe, and establish your plank pose. Upward facing dog, bring your knees down from plank where they are. And that should give you enough space to bring your belly forward. If you need more space, just take your hands or knees further away. Stretch your front body, keep breathing. And next time you're gonna breathe out, table and Adho Mukha, downward facing dog pose. A nice uplift in your low belly, that's where our focus goes in this pose. Dynamic breathing. So becoming present, sensing the breath and the body. That's where the freedom is. One more time, a big exhale, weight back. Transition from here to 3-leg dog lift. So could come down to hands and knees and lift up. Or if possible, lift your right leg straight up and have a moment to do what feels good with your body, to lengthen that leg out of the hip joint, maybe some turning and bending the knee. Keep the shoulders and arms as even as you can. That lift up in the low belly will help us out here. 4th breath, so one more time, make sure you're in a good space. And now a dynamic inhalation, step your right foot forward, angle your back foot in. Coming up to warrior A. Just take a moment to rise up, roll down your shoulders, settle your pelvis towards the earth. So just transition from where we were to where we are. Now reach your arms down alongside you, reach them back a bit so you feel the leading with the heart center. Fully occupy this shape. Breathe deeply one more time. And then release your front leg straight. Revolving triangle, let's try with this stance that we're in. So hips square, fold forward. Bring your left hand to your shin, foot, or floor. And your right arm reaches out to the side. Find your balance. Ungrip your feet. And then open up as you like. Go back to that boat pose mentality of meeting these challenges with steady breathing. Work in a place where it's okay for your body, even if it's a little bit hard. One more time, deep breath, open, breathe out, release. Let's open up into triangle pose. So keep your right hand on your shin, open up your left arm, and let your hips turn out to the side. So you might just change your angle of your back foot a little bit or that distance. Come into a triangle shape. Reaching up and down, lengthening the sides of your torso. Looking forward or up. Breathe deeply again. And transition to Anjaneyasana. So release your upper arm. We're going to come and frame that front foot and bring the back knee down. So take a moment for that. Add your cushioning if you need under your knee. And rise up into low lunge. Shoulders back and down. Make sure your legs feel comfortably spaced. And let your knee come out towards your toes to some degree. So the bent knee side, let's take that arm across the back of the body to the opposite leg. And then the left arm is up in the air. Good, I see those little arms going up, shoulder down, off the ear. And our default gaze is nose. right next to the breath. And it's not actually straining to see your nose, it's just the awareness there. The eyes just fall forward off the tip of the nose. And breathe deeply again to see if there's a little more space to get into your lunge. And then release your arms. And let's fold into Hanuman's pose. Low belly draws back, come to your heel. Transition to that forward folding with your knee bending as needed. Let your back foot support your balance. We have nice opposite energy here of reaching forward with our heads and then drawing the shoulders back into the body, the belly back into the body. Enjoy one more breath. Be as soft and sweet as you can be with this pose. And then bend your knee and take your leg back. A little flow through, so place your hands out, hugging your elbows, and just dip your chest down, and then straighten arms and come to the upward dog shape and the downward dog shape. So we're going to establish that and take the other side. Just rock side to side a little lateral shifting, grounding the hands and feet. Release your head completely and then be still. Inhale, lift up your left leg and take 5 breaths. So yogi's choice of what feels nice, that idea of reaching the leg out of the hip socket a little bit, giving that joint some space, and then opening around it with turning, bending, what feels good. Ujjayi breathing with sound through the nose. And just one more exhale. Inhale, transition to warrior A, step forward, angle your back foot. Take your time to find that shape, coming up, and just take a little moment to land there, settle energy a little bit. And then this time, let's get our courage strengthened with your fingers weaving, thumbs wide, across the heart center. Gesture of unshakable courage. Fourth breath, and again. Straighten out your leg, release your arms. Revolving triangle from here, if possible, holding forward. Come to your front leg shin, foot or floor, and open out to the side. The hips stay square towards the floor. Work anywhere in this arc. Your periphery might see your hand up in the air, and that might be more comfortable than turning further. So just be aware of the reaching arm and the grounding feet. Inhale for 4, energize. Calmly present with effort, one more time, big breath. And let the exhalation unwind your twist. Open up to triangles, so come up your leg a bit and open up to the sky. Maybe a little adjustment in the back foot to find just a nice ease in triangle pose. Awareness comes to the belly here. Our pranic center, our power center. And with practice, poses like triangle can become rather restful places. Just bring a little softness into it for that one more breath. Unwind, transition to Anjaneyasana. So frame the front foot, back knee comes to the floor. Cushion it if you need. and rise up. Again, taking a moment for that transition. Check in if your knee would like to come out towards your toes a bit. Nice long spines. So this pose is a little bit of a back bend. Pelvis forward, full rib cage lifts. Taking your left arm behind you for the opposite leg. Just try to hold on to something there. And the right arm up, shoulder down. Even waves of breath. Samasvriti. Concentration. One more time. And release these actions, drawing back to Hanuman's pose. Make sure your back foot's rounded. Straighten your front leg. Low belly towards the spine. Forward fold carefully. Just come into a sweet place where you've got a little bit of releasing happening. But it's very compassionate, not too much. This is not too much season. Soft presence with breath. One more time, deep breath. And come up and transition to wide parallel feet, so back into our standing poses. Work with yourself for a moment to find your even feet. The toes can turn in slightly in this pose. Find the roots of your big toes. Just like look at them both, press them into the earth, and release the feet. Nice uplift in the low belly. Breathe in, long spine. So keep your knees bent. Breathe out, come over towards your left leg. It would take one arm to the opposite leg and then twist open as well. So anywhere in this range, work with yourself. Here we are. Last breath, makes 5. Release it with exhalation. Come to center and release your legs. And then prepare for the second side. Reach across for your opposite ankle and twist open. Simply inverting your head below your heart. Bringing blood flow to the senses, the brain. Give it one more breath's energy and attention. And breathe out, release to center. And come up, breathe in. Goddess pose, swinging toes outwards. Maybe just try to challenge outward for today. Don't fall over. But see if you can get your toes pretty far out to the sides and then add the knee bending, coming down the center. Nice, easy, upright spine. Let's add the elephant pose, arms, elbows together, thumbs at the third eye. Keep your knees centered. If you can go lower, go lower. Close your eyes. Four, and exhale, 5. Press those feet, straighten your legs, and gently reach out to star pose. Soft. And exhale, arms down. Release the legs and feet so you can step to the top of your mat. Warrior B, stepping the right leg back. Turn your toes out to the side, so your hips are turned to the side. And then center your knee over your ankle. Inhale, flow your arms up, shoulders off the ears. And for today, we're going to go just non-judgmentally turn and look at our back hand for the duration. So turn away from the front hand, Maybe make a light, gentle correction without any judgment, and then keep gazing back. Continue to notice everything that's happening in your body as you gaze back. Breathing out, keep your gaze back, release your arms to your favorite reverse warrior shape. Part of the brain keeping your knees centered over your ankle. And one more time, deep breathing. Release your arms, let your front leg have a break, straighten it out. And then bend it again. Let your top arm come out and over. And today, let's let that arm rest on our head. So it's gonna stretch the belly of the side body. So find a sweet spot. Let your other arm stay on the leg or come to the floor. And for the last breath, let's reach out the arm like we usually do. Breathe in, reach. And release. Come to the back of your mat. So just turn around for the same poses on the other side. Warrior B, knee over ankle. Arms float. Transfer gaze to back hand. Shoulders down off the ears. There's all this linear shape, prescribed ways of holding the body. Let the mind rest. Transition to the reverse with your gaze still turning back. Three. One more breath here. Settle into exhale. Inhale, release. You can straighten your front knee for a moment and then bend it again. Extending side angle pose. Letting your top arm carefully drape over your head to really awaken the side body. What softness can you bring here to your face and your hands? Really pressing that bent knee foot into the floor is helpful. Breathe out one more time. And inhale, release these actions and come up with your wide parallel feet. Breathe in, bring your arms back. And breathe out, weave your fingers together. Breathe in, stretch your chest, reach your arms down. Lift your heart, awakening that center of love and compassion, grief and joy. And exhale, release your fingers and your legs to the top of your mat. And we'll make our way down to the floor, breathing in, reaching up. Remember dynamic, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, go back, plank. Bring your knees down and hug your elbows in. And take one elbow at a time down to the floor. Spread the hands. And you can just walk your knees back today. So we're going to do a twist out variation. So up on your toes if you're feeling good with your strength in your forearm plank or knee stand. You see what happens when you open out to one side. So hop up to your balls of your feet if you can. This is, I think, the last really big effort of the practice. So give it some good energy. Press the earth with your forearm. One more breath. And release. Inhale, other side, 5 breaths. Just use your whole being to calmly hold the shape. Just 5 breaths. So one more time. Let it go. Then release your belly to the earth. Release your feet. And draw your hands by your chest. Come into a super gentle cobra. Lightly activated. Gently lifted. Breathe in one more time. And breathe out. Relax. Transition to quarter dog. Press the hands into the mat. Rise up, tuck your toes. Hips back to your own degree and head down. Space underneath the arms. You're pulling your hips towards your heels, lengthening underneath your wings. Head grounding and downward. And deep breath again. Inhale, rise up. We're going to just do a child's pose variation. So if you need your blanket under your knees, that's fine. Untuck your toes. Excuse me. Taking eagle pose arms. So you can do a shoulder hug or bring the elbows across each other, hands together, and carefully come back down. Bring your arms down and release down into child's pose. So the distance between your knees is up to you, whatever feels good today. Relax your eyes. And have a little determination with your breath to reach the breath, whatever position we're in, let it be complete and full. Next time you breathe out, just relax into that space. And then inhale, coming up, releasing your arms as you like. Just back up to your knees for a moment. Hug your shoulders the other way. Cross at the elbows, fingers up. Carefully fold forward. It's nice to set the arms down a bit and then release the hips and the head. Observe the state of your nervous system here. Learning these calming shapes whenever you might need them. And just welcome a sense of being resilient. And take one more breath. And then release your arms and sit up. We're going to come to a seated forward fold. And so do that in your own way. If you'd like to cross your ankles and try that, trying to bring your legs together so you can squeeze through your arms and stretch them out. Feeling free to sit on a blanket if you'd like, or take a nice long 8-breath konasana. So sitting tall, and then activate your feet back a little bit in your low belly. Exhale, fold forward mindfully. So take your own favorite version. Knees bend, of course, as needed. And just reaching forward, drawing back, shoulders back, belly back. Plenty of time to settle into the shape. So your hands, let them connect with your legs, feet, or floor. Notice the places where you have tension in your back body. Just try to release those places. And one more time. Spine extended. One more breath. And rise up, inhale, point your toes, fingers forward, hands back, lift up your heart. Optional, lifting up your hips. And pressing your hands like you're moving them away from each other to expand across your heart center. One more time. And relax. Let's work on the grasshopper pose again so we learn it, not just do it one time ever. So let's start with bending your right knee, bringing it in, feet, legs hip distance apart, and take both arms inside, fold forward. Marichyasana A. Activate your straight leg, press your foot into the floor, in your hands. And if you would like to explore, so eventually you bring your arms around your body and bring them together behind you. So focus on that lengthening out. A few more rounds of breath in a second variation. Peaceful, light smile on the face, just light, half resting smile. One more breath, finish that. And then inhale, release, and come up. Twisting, sit up tall, hold your knee, twist to the side. If you'd like to release, a hand behind you as well. Enjoy your own depth of twisting. Breathe out again. And release back to center, breathing in. Now cross that foot across the other leg and turn to the left side. So we're going to do our like chaturanga style arm. So hands hip distance or shoulder distance, elbows drawing in, bring them in nice and close to your body. So we're going to roll to like a side plank with our bottom leg. So come to the outside of your foot. So you got both feet, both hands. See if you can press and lift up your hips. Sorry about the effort comment I made earlier. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, release. And uncross, let's come to Baddha konasana, just diffuse a little bit. And we'll return here, so just do something that feels nice in this moment with your knees wide. And come to stillness if you're moving. Relax your eyes. Just a nice relaxed version of the pose. And up for the other side, Marichyasana A. Marichi is one of the sages, lots of poses for Marichi. Arms through. A few breaths here. Noticing the actions of the body. Extended leg lightly activated. Other foot pressing the earth and spreading on the earth. And second way, bringing the arms alongside towards the back of you. Continue reaching forward. There is something heart brightening about this pose. Just let that bring peaceful quality to the mind and heart. One more deep breath. When it's complete, inhale and sit up. Exhale into Marichi C, where we twist with the bent knee. And then have freedom to take one arm on the leg, one arm behind, looking back. And though your extended leg foot is far away from you at this moment, it's in the back of you. Make sure it's a little activated. One more time, breathe. Use your exhale to unwind your twist. Step that left foot across your body. Start bringing the right foot over to the side. Come over to this right side. So you want to position that power here. So even if you don't lift up, it's fine. Just try to find that little elbow bend. Strong chest. And then explore possibly pressing into everything. Reaching your head forward. 4, 1 breath. And there it goes. Release carefully. Baddha konasana. Second one. So change it a little bit, bring it in a little closer if you like. And we can, one variation is curling the spine, like cat spine. So we didn't do cat pose today. So let's think about cat pose a little bit and round forward. Like you're trying to place your forehead inside of the feet. Steady waves of breath. Nice and calm, exhale. Let inhale energy bring you up. And as promised, 1 o'clock, and we're going to our backs. Make sure you can have access to a yoga block or a blanket. Maybe take a moment to make a little roll or fold with your blanket. That's a similar, see how they're a similar kind of height. Either one will work. Just have that available so you can reach it and then come to your back body. Maybe everything else you need for the rest of practice, you can stay really grounded. If you have a pillow or anything for rest. So come down. Let's start with figure 4 stretch. So it is okay to elevate your head in this one. Arms by your sides, land on your back. Take a moment. Just notice what happens when you give yourself a moment. These transitions are important. Take your right leg up, brighten it, bend your knee, come across, and rest open. Bring the legs into the body if you would like, or stay with the resting away version. And just take one more breath time to do what feels good in your body. Bringing your foot back to the floor if you lift it away. Exhale. Breathe in, a mindful straightening out of your top leg and changing places with the legs coming the other side. Remember to keep it bright, a little bit active. Rest open or draw in. Take care of the side of your body. Keep the awareness of the breath very close. Use the next cycle to do your last little bit in this shape for now. Bring your foot down, exhale, and then inhale energy. Stretch up to the sky and release to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana. Back to that shape one more time with the knees wide. Whatever feels nice. And just having the spine centered. Feel the action of your rib cage. Perhaps noticing the diaphragm's movement inside as well, making space and releasing the breath. One more time. Feel the diaphragm muscle pull down as you breathe in, so it draws space for the breath, for the lungs, and then it rises up as we expel that breath. And then gently draw your knees together and reach for your block or blanket. Coming to supported bridge pose. So place the blanket or block under your sacrum, the back of your pelvis, and just make sure you're comfortable on it. Check in with the height. The yoga blocks can be rather firm, but just try to arrange it so that your sacrum, the big triangle in the middle of your pelvis, is on the block. Or using your blanket, just find a nice height with that. And just rest in bridge pose, grounding season. So this gently brings our bodies into that back bending shape, but lets the body stay grounded. Rest your eyes. Transitioning from figuring out what to put under and where it would just arrive. Option to stay with this version or to walk out the feet. So just try this carefully, especially on a block. So we come into a different version with the legs straightening out. So just make sure that is okay for your body. So if your pelvis is supported, then your low back is supported as well. Just make sure it feels okay, or keep your knees bent. Optional, adding arms up here, just easy and comfortably upright. Just rest upon the prop. So if your eyes can be open without a lot of attachment to what you're seeing, let them stay open and soft. If you struggle with having the eyes open, be too activating, let your eyes close. So whichever best serves a quiet state for you right now. If the eyes are open, it's almost like the senses are revolving inwardly so that you're open, looking outward, but the real looking is inward. Present with breath and body. And just relax and take one more cycle of breath. And exhale, gratitude. And transition with your arms and legs back down to where we started here. And possibly coming into legs up with the block. So I'm just resetting, make sure it's really nice and centered, or another prop. And carefully consider legs up in the air. So if you'd rather take out your prop now, you just put your feet on the floor and take it out. Coming up, arms are supported here, feet rest together lightly. Maybe a little strong sensation at your sacrum, as long as it's not painful. It helps to release some tension there. Release the flow of the legs. Observe the sensations, just in a noticing internally kind of way. If you would like to circle your legs a little bit so that your sacrum really is grounded, you can try that, a little light circular motion with the legs and hips. What's really, it is the legs and hips. Grounding the sacrum. Go the other way, you're doing the circling. Really light. Come all the way back to center and take a full breath in stillness. When that's complete, bend your knees, bring your feet down. Press your feet to lift up off of your prop. And let's release from all that back bending with our forward bend with the knees coming in. Yogi's choice favorite, happy baby, 2 knee squeeze, what would you like? Make sure your neck is long. We want energy to flow along the whole axis of the body. Some self-care, just releasing from what came before. And we can do a little bit of that sacrum circle grounding here. Both ways a couple of times. And then center, curl in, head in, knees in. Release back and take your knees over to one side and find your favorite resting twist. Just fall right into that shape and rest. Relax. Notice how this shape opens up the breathing space. Just gently over time, training the body to have an increased ability to breathe with completeness and depth. And just relax all thoughts, all things. And then over to the other side, just find a little joy in your body and transitioning it and finding a nice shape that feels really friendly and positive, resting in it, just air on the skin, sound of breath, soft eyes. And transition to your resting pose, perhaps placing that prop, maybe if it's a blanket, under your knees or under your head. Just let your body stretch out and rest. Come right in, right into it. If anything feels stuck, give that a little attention, but you're already dropping back, resting back. Feel where you touch the earth. Feel where your body lifts away. There's space from the earth behind your wrists, the small of your back. Do try to bring your shoulders down to the ground. Just ask the shoulders to press. It's an adjustment that I can give in person when we're back again. Is that just gently bring the shoulders down. So do that for yourself. Just ask your shoulders to ground. And let go once you have settled your body. Just release those actions in the action of doing, just being. My work is loving the world. Here are the sunflowers, there the hummingbird, equal seekers of sweetness. Here are the quickening yeast, here are the blue plums. Here the calm deep in the speckled sand. Here the clam deep in the speckled sand. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still not half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. The phoebe, the delphinium, the sheep in the pasture, which is mostly rejoicing, since all ingredients are here, which is gratitude to be given a mind and a heart and these body clothes, a mouth with which to give shouts of joy to the moth and the wren, to the sleepy dug-up clam, telling them all, over and over, how it is that we live forever. Gently draw your breath through the right side of your nose next time you inhale. This heals your brain to concentrate on that channel. Breathe out from the left to the left side. Breathe in from the left. Breathe out to the right. Breathe in right. And breathe out left. The other side, inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Last one, full of energy. Left inhale. Right exhale. Now both channels. Continue with both channels. Inhale, sweep your arms up alongside your ears. Reach down through your feet and your toes. And when you release your breath, bring your arms down, come to your most comfortable side. When you breathe in, place your top hand on the floor and rise up. Return, circle back around to your easy pose. And perhaps with the body post practice, just taking a different way of seated if you would like. And just have a moment to receive the practice. Maybe making that bowl resting the back of your left hand and your right with your thumbs touching, that gesture of meditation. There's also a space there. Fill that space. Fill that space with something with love, with your gratitude. Love to share. Compassion to share. Release your hands to your heart. Come back to your intentions and your dedications. May all beings everywhere find freedom and peace. May all be well. Namaste. Thank you. It's an honor to share practice with you.
Blossom, could you send that poem you read, please, to all of us?
Sure.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, wonderful Blossom. That was amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ellie. Glad you were here.
That plank thing we were doing on the side was hard.
Yeah. That's the baby grasshopper.
Oh.
I know, we should do it. That's why I thought we should probably keep practicing it so we could get better at it.
More and more.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I had planned to read that poem today, and I didn't even know we were going to talk about hummingbirds beforehand.
I saw one in the way up there while I was laying down.
They're still here.
They are still here. I've got a bunch of them still.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do.
Are they drinking
Not
your
as
sugar
many,
water?
not as many as over the summer, but you know, there's probably 5 of them still. So.
Thanks, Blossom. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Blossom.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye,
What are you
Ellie.
doing?
Bye, Jenny.
What were you doing, Joanne?
The dogs are running back and forth.
Where's my thing? Where it is.
Goodbye. Hey, Steve. Thanks for saying hi. I'm glad you're practicing with us, neighbor. Just down the hill.
People.
They enjoyed the energy, I'm sure.
Thank you. The hose has been running this whole time. I can hear it through the wall outside. So I better go check on Hudson.
He
That's
doesn't
probably
have
enough
school
water.
today. He's off school.
Yeah, they're off for Yom Kippur.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but Aurora's not. So, but I reminded her that she's off every Friday. So it is fair.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go vote. I'm going to vote. Yay!
Yeah, remember, when you hear something distressing, this is what I'm like, actually, this kind of helps.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, I signed up with the Clergy Collective. I don't know if I told you this, to go and be a pastoral presence, but this is me voting myself early.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah.
Thank you for voting.
Yeah. I'm excited to go vote, actually.